It's Sunday, therefore it is the Jaden Show, and I am Jaden Cornelious, your host. Welcome to another wonderful, fun-packed, talent-packed, lovely, person-packed episode. Hey, caramba. You are up for a wonderful show today, so please stay tuned for the next 40 minutes or so, and I'm going to introduce you to a really, really good, wonderful person. Now, before we go and meet today's special guest, I think we should hear and see a little bit of this man in action. Love it, love it. We're going to meet him in a minute. But I think it's time we go quick commercial break.
Hola, somos Will of the Sea. Somos una fundación sin fines de lucro. Estamos empoderando a la nueva generación para convertirse en defensores del océano y ayudar a salvar a nuestros mares enfermos. Uno de nuestros propósitos es poder compartir información de valor de una forma que nuestros niños y jóvenes puedan empatizar con su oportunidad y derecho de tener un planeta sano, y mediante la biología marina, el arte y actividades de conexión con el mar, ellos vayan conociendo la salud de nuestros océanos. Hoy, Will of the Sea está tomando acción con nuestros guerreros del mar y ellos están haciendo todo lo posible para ayudar a limpiar nuestras playas locales. Están conectando con la naturaleza y empatizando con ella. Hemos creado también una campaña para difundir que nuestra playa es libre de bloqueador solar, ya que en su gran mayoría los protectores solares dañan al arrecife y a escasos metros tenemos al hermoso Parque Nacional Arrecifes de Puerto Morelos. Nos encontramos en el Caribe mexicano, en Puerto Morelos, Playa del Carmen y Cancún. Tu pequeño puede ser parte del programa escolar Guerrero del Mar y convertirse en un embajador del océano. O incluso tú puedes apoyar a un pequeño marino local a ser parte del curso con nuestro programa de patrocinador. We love the sea! We love the sea!
Hey guys, I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know about the Jaden Show commercial break starting now. This is amazing news because now every single week you have a couple of minutes to be able to advertise something you want to advertise. So if you have a business, if you have an event coming up, if you have a new album, art gallery, or anything you want to particularly advertise on a show, this is your chance to do it. March and April 2024, the advertisements are free, so please let me know. Get in touch to me on Jaden Cornelious at AOL.com. It will be wonderful to hear from you. If you are a charity or a charitable organisation or a non-profit and you are advertising something with regards to that, then always your advertising is free. So let me know. You will need to send me between a 1 and 2 minute video around that time, if possible, something that you want to advertise, and I will fit it into this spot. Get on. I'll see you soon. Take care. Don't worry, you don't have to wait any longer. It's time to meet this week's very special guest. Singer, songwriter, musician, 5-octave range, showman, the amazing Joe Payne. That Joe Payne, how are you, Governor?
I'm very well, thank you, Jaden. How are you?
I'm very well. It's lovely to see you.
Marvellous, marvellous. What time is it over there?
Because you're very bright and etheric today. I don't know whether I want to start doing Gregorian chants or it's a spirit.
Yeah, I mean, there must be some magic going on around me because I have this
light that one
iridescent glow.
One is a talented artist.
Yeah, I mean, I must maybe I'm perspiring too much. I probably just need some powder or something.
Okay. Do you have an assistant ready on hand just in case?
I'm going to blame it on the new Zoom update.
Okay,
I think they've done something fishy that's just out to make me look as abstract as possible.
No, it looks really good. From this end, it looks really good. I look like I'm fading into oblivion in comparison, but it's mine, so it's all good. How are you doing? How is good old Blighty at the moment?
Well, it's been really wet and rainy today, which is what you'd expect. But we have actually just been enjoying a really nice little heat wave that's lasted the last couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
And if it wasn't for this like bizarre lighting on me now, you might even be able to see how much of a lovely tan I've managed to build up.
No, you do look
over
quite
the last few days.
You do look a bit. So let's talk about you and your music. We've just seen Falling in Love, your video. How did it all start for mini Joe Payne?
Sorry, how did it all start?
Did it all start for mini Joe Payne? When did little Joe Payne think, do you know what, I want to be an entertainer? I'm going to get myself a 5-octave range. OMG. So, tell me about this. How did it all start?
Well, I mean, I always wanted to be a performer. I always wanted to be a pop star. That was the dream. And I guess becoming a singer songwriter is the closest I might get to that pop stardom, but you never know. But I do get to say I have a career in music, so you know I guess I'm winning when it comes to that dream and that goal being met. Um, but yeah, like when I was a small kid, I just wanted to be on stage, and I did. I spent my entire childhood on stage doing musical theatre, and then in my adult life. I just got involved with bands, and one thing led to another, and here we are. I sing for a living, and
Wow. And
that's
16 albums later.
I landed on my feet. Okay, it was great.
That's amazing, mate. That's it. And 16 albums later. What's that?
I know. Well, it'll be 17 this year.
I know because you've got, is it
Oh.
Bread and Circuses or something?
Yep. So Bread and Circuses was my latest solo album,
Yeah.
and that came out September last year.
So you've got another one.
And so this year I'm releasing an album with the a guy called Jordan Rudez, and he's the keyboard player for a band called Dream Theater, and that's gonna be huge. I'm really excited about that one. So that comes out in September sometime, and we just released a single for it actually about a month ago, and that's been really well received.
Time to do it all.
Well,
I'm struggling. I've done 3 in the last 10 years.
I don't know. I don't really do anything else. You see,
Oh.
I just I'm in my studio now. This is my
Yeah, no, I see that. It's very nice.
my nice little home studio.
So are you
yeah,
a musician as well?
Sorry.
Are you a musician as well?
Yes, I play the piano. I most of my work involves me just singing. For other people hire me to sing for them, or you know, like I say, I've released like 16, 17 albums in like the last 12 years or something. Um, and most of those have been collaborative pieces of work. So solo wise, I've only really released 3 or 4 albums.
Still amazing, man. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you had time to go and get a suntan, really.
Yeah, well, you know, I do like being in the pub garden. I can't deny it. I
Yeah.
like a brewski.
I really miss those days, to be completely honest. So what music when you're into? So when you're younger, what was you listening to? Were your family musical? Were they very supportive? I mean, like what was the kind of environment musically that you lived in?
Well, I mean, my dad's musical, but he kept it very much to himself because he was always quite a shy person, and so while we were growing up, my parents were very supportive of me in any of my endeavors, and they would come to all my gigs, they'd come to all my shows, they'd always be around, like, and always support me in everything I did. But at the same time, I think that was something that my dad would have loved to have also been doing, but didn't seem to really have the self-esteem for it. But then in my adult life, I think whereas you'd expect it to be me being influenced by him, I think I might have influenced him.
Sweet.
And it went the other way around. So as soon as I flew the nest, he got out there. He started getting involved in shows and playing in theatre bands and doing all this sorts of stuff. And he's living his best life now. He's just reached retirement age and has got his ear pierced and everything.
Sweet.
So I think I know where I get it from.
I need your dad on this. We've got to get your dad on this show. I need to interview him. That's amazing, mate. That's so
Yeah. So he's come out of his shell kind of later in life.
Did you ever have a
but
shell, or was you kind of on it from day one?
I was just always just mad and outgoing, really.
That's really sweet.
So I spent my entire childhood just in the dressing up box,
I did as well. I
being
did as well, but
different
I think I
people and
was more
whatever.
like your father. Well, I couldn't. I remember starting. I was in the school choir, completely tone deaf. They put me. I was the shortest, and they put me at the back of 40 boys, like not on a chair, like at the back, so no one could see me or hear me. But and I remember even then, still bursting into tears and crying, thinking I was going to faint. I was that shy as well.
Oh
But,
wow.
but in my home life, I was sitting on a swing in a nightie and a wig on, singing ABBA songs. So I was comfortable at home. I just couldn't do anything. Get like another set of eyes and shit, man. I was gone. That was it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Crazy.
you're an ABBA fan as well, then?
Mate, the my dream. I kind of was a bit of a pop star in the 90s, so I kind of done that, and it wasn't as fabulous as I thought it was. There was amazing points of it,
Mhm.
but it was just there's
Yeah.
just different things involved that made it really quite shit on certain levels. Didn't help that I had no that I really had a shit self-esteem and was still very timid and shy. So I didn't enjoy the parts that I could have enjoyed. I didn't enjoy them as much as I probably could have done because I was still really,
Mhm.
really super shy. But at the same time, it wasn't the dream that I thought it was going to be. I have to be honest. But I kind of think that I don't know really. I just couldn't really do anything because of my shot. I got offered so many jobs and was too shy to say yes. I said no to everything. So whereas
Mm,
now I
mm.
don't really care. But my only dream I've got left. I had one, and she was my muse, was to sing with Olivia Newton-John, and I became kind of, I'd say I became friends with her, but not hanging out for a cup of tea friends. But we would SMS each other every now and then and just say, how's your, she would say, how's your music going? And I would say, it's all going good. How are you doing? And stuff like that. So we kind of kept in touch before I left England. So my last dream now, well, I've got two, is to sing with Linda Carter and Agneta from ABBA.
Yes,
Super
yes.
jealous of Gary
I
Barlow.
mean, I had the pleasure of going to the ABBA Voyager
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. It's my
thing last year, and it was I cried all the way through. I did not have dry eyes for the whole evening.
I've never been to a concert because I was always too shy and still probably couldn't go to a concert. So I'm not very good at things like that. But I definitely
Hmm.
have to go to the Voyage, the ABBA Arena, and see that no matter what. So, and I think I'll be the same
Yeah,
as you. I think I'll probably be a bit of a mess, to be fair, because I never saw them.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a lot older than you, so it was the whole theme
No,
tune.
you're not. Surely not. No.
Nice move. But I remember when they came out, I bought my very first cassette was ABBA, so I remember back in the day
Yeah.
when they were coming out. So I never got a chance to ever to go to a concert when they were like officially a band. So
Mm, mm.
at least I'll get to do it now. So you were
Yeah.
into ABBA. What
Yeah.
else? What else was on your little not playlist, but
Oh, I mean,
your mixtape?
uh okay. So I was a child of the 90s, so please bear that in mind. But I mean, growing up, I pretty much exclusively listened to things like Steps and S Club 7. Basically, anything that was a boy band, girl band, or mixed
Do
group.
you ever hear of my bands?
You know what? I don't think I did, but I have seen some of your videos pop up, and when you shared them.
But we toured with Steps. We toured
Yeah.
um, about I'd say about 6 or 7 months with Steps. We toured with them, and they were super nice. I didn't really chat to Lee much, but all the
Oh,
girls and H were really, really
mhm.
lovely. But yeah, I was a
Oh.
big Steps fan.
Well,
Just pure pop for me.
when I was a little boy, I wanted to be Claire from Steps on Stars in Their Eyes, because
Okay.
I figured that because she had short hair, that I could get away with going out and being Claire from Steps, and
But could you
singing
sing
One for
like
Sorrow and doing the dance moves and everything, you know. Too
one for
bad, all that stuff.
something too bad?
That's
Love,
the one.
love it.
Yeah, so that was an ambition of mine to be Claire from Steps on Stars in Their Eyes, and didn't didn't
No,
happen, of course, but never say never.
no. What, it starts in your eyes still going.
I think they brought it back. They brought it back.
Oh mate, you've got to get on.
Um, I feel like James Corden presented it or something for a while, but I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, you need to apply.
It seems like something he'd do, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, you should definitely apply for that. That would be super cool. So we're listening to pure pop boy. I was becoming a pop star in the 90s, so I was all about Britney, Christina, Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls, OMG. Was big Spice Girls fan. So
Absolutely. Which one were you?
I was.
Because every when you got with your mates, you all had to pick one, didn't you? So you could do the routines.
Yeah, what I was saying, we was in the band at the same time, and our producer and writer was also producing and writing for Spice Girls and Take That. So, like the whole of our first single, you can sing "I'm giving you everything, all that joy can bring." Yes, so that you could sing that over our first single. I mean, it's a completely different song, but you can. It was the same full structure and everything. And
yeah. I think we need a mashup. We need a mashup.
Yeah, we do. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Good idea. But I think secretly I wanted to be scary. I had my tongue pierced because I was the shortest in my group. I had my belly button pierced, and I was the shortest, so I always wore buffaloes. In fact, Buffalo sponsored us as well as the Spice Girls. So I kind of was a skinny white boy version of scary, I think.
Yeah. And I think you're still giving those vibes now.
I think I'm more Old Spice than Scary Spice now.
Old Spice.
Yeah, I kind of. I would still like to be, but
we need you've got your Old Spice. You've got your pumpkin spice. You got your 5 spice.
If you could see here down
all of them,
that little belly for 8 years of eating tacos, it would be pumpkin spice now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you and me both. Yeah. The camera stops here.
That's why I love. That's why I love doing anything live. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So I always wanted to be Mel C. I always wanted to be sporty.
Yeah.
Because she always got the best bits in every song. She always got the really kind of like powerful, loud bits right at the end over the last chorus.
Yeah.
You know, those are the moments that I live for in every song.
Yeah.
Ever, you know. it's the Christian Aguilera at the end of Lady Marmalade, you know. It's those sorts of things where it's just like, right, okay, everyone else had their moment, but this is what we've been building up to now.
Yeah. My funeral song is going to be "Spice Up Your Life." That's already
fantastic.
That's
fantastic.
That and
I love how that song just keeps on building and building, despite the fact it only uses 2 chords.
Yeah,
all the way through. It's a perfect example. That you know, having clever chord sequences isn't everything. You know, you can do a lot with 2 chords. You really can.
And they did, bless them. So, when you first started singing, did you kind of go directly into like the pop genre? Because that's
So I originally began in my career, at least. My first job was as singer for a band called the Enid, which they're like a progressive rock band. And they have a lot of history. They were signed to EMI in the 70s, and then became like the first band to be crowdfunded to release their records independently in the 80s, like before anyone else had done it. And then I came along in the I guess like 2009 was when I met them, and then by 2011 I was like full on working for them. I'd just been at university studying business management, and so they went, right, you're going to run our record label for us, and I was like, whoa, okay. One thing led to another, and then I just ended up being the lead singer as well. So I ended up being the front man and like person running the office and doing the tour management on the road, and just learning to do everything myself, which
Fascinating.
has worked out to be very useful to me in the end because I needed to know how to do it all myself once I went solo. So that was handy. But yeah, so that's how I cut my teeth. I worked with them for like 5 years, pretty much exclusively for that time actually. And yeah, then I went solo, and now I do lots of collaborations with whoever wants to work with me. Um, I'm very lucky that people will just kind of get in touch and go, "You're the voice we need on this record," and I'll go, "All right, let me have a look," and that's really nice.
Lovely, lovely. Why did you leave the Enid? What was, I mean, you haven't got to go into anything if it's personal. You don't have to discuss that. But what made you decide? Because when my pop band split up, it was actually a really big thing to go from hanging around with your best mates, touring with them, always had
Mhm.
someone to have a natter to, those boring times at airports, the boring times backstage, you always had a mate. You know, when you forgot the lyrics and your mate recognized that look in your face, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they would jump in and just, so having that security and that much fun it to going to being a solo artist, what was that decision?
Well, I kind of felt like I did kind of feel a little bit like they were maybe holding me back.
Okay.
But it wasn't just that. I mean, I was on the verge of having a total mental breakdown as well. I was extremely stressed because I seemed to be responsible for like everything. Um, like it just all seemed to fall on my shoulders. And when you're working in a band and it doesn't feel particularly equal,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up having all sorts of kind of internal politics going on. So there was a lot of there was a lot of internal fighting. There
Mm.
was a lot of we like it all seems so long ago now. It's like 8 years ago now that I left them. Um, but it was for the best. I think it was always inevitable that I was probably gonna want to move on.
Yeah. Well, you have to evolve, right?
And yeah, but they seem to be going from strength to strength again in the
Sweet.
last couple of years. I've been watching their progress, and they seem to be doing really well. And they've got a whole brand new lineup. I think there's only two members from when I was in the band that are still there, but they seem to have like an absolutely wonderful team of bandmates now that are just it's just the best it's ever been, really.
Wow, man.
But it's all instrumental now. They never bothered to get another vocalist after me.
Oh, really? Couldn't match it, mate. It couldn't match it.
That's prog rock for you. You don't need a singer. You can just have endless guitar solos and things instead.
How have you found working like as a solo artist?
Have I found it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, financially, it's always a struggle. You're constantly independently trying to fund your work. But I'm very fortunate that I have a very devoted, not large, but very devoted fan base who seem to just always get behind anything I'm doing. So the thing that really helps me to fund my work now is a thing called Patreon, which you
Okay.
might have
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah. I
Um,
started it,
so
but I've never done anything with it.
so I've been slowly building that up for about 5 years now.
Okay.
And it just really takes the pressure off of what I'm doing financially, because if we're not going to sell loads of records anymore, you know, and we're not. It's not even that viable for small artists to just constantly gig either. So it's wonderful to have something like that just subsidizing the things that we've kind of lost as constant streams of income. So
Yeah.
that's really good. So I'm
Yeah,
very fortunate to have that fan base there that look after me, you know.
I mean, I've had it for 2 years. I've done nothing with it, and I do 8 shows a week, and a full-time job.
Hmm.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I bet you
by
are.
the time you get to sing at night, and obviously the Jaden show, and a couple of other shows that I've started. So actually, by the time you get to sing, you're just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this tonight.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, and I guess
Yeah.
that comes across in the performance as well, right? So no, maybe okay, you've convinced me to get my ass back together with Patreon again. So are you still listening to your 90s faves, or has your music taste evolved as your kind of career has evolved?
You know what? I've been so busy with making music that I actually don't really listen to music that much. And like you say, actually, you really do just dip straight back into your kind of playlist of anything from the past. So the only time I ever listen to music ever is when I'm at the gym.
Okay.
I'll get on that treadmill and I'll go to my like favorites on my streaming service and just hit shuffle, and it will just be a pop-tastic time,
Great.
giving me giving me like the high tempo stuff that I need to power me through.
Lovely.
But yeah, like I these days, to be honest, for over a decade now, I haven't had enough time to listen to what's really going on in pop music, and I think I stopped taking an interest in it. To be honest, I probably stopped taking an interest in about like 2015.
Yeah.
I started to find that it didn't, like, most pop music didn't speak to me anymore. And I put on like a music video channel or something, and just be like horrified by like the standard that I was exposed to. So yeah, I haven't been influenced by anything in the mainstream now for a very long time. But my biggest influences as a kid still influence me now, of course.
I think my influence is
So there we go.
influenced me more now, because then it was just music because I love to listen to them. But now it's like, shit, that was like a really intelligent vocal, or what they did, like you said, with just 2 chords was fucking amazing. Like now I hear them with different ears. And when I first moved to Mexico, I came here with my 30 classical crossover opera tracks. And I'm singing
Hmm.
Es Norma outside this, restaurant. And someone taps me on the shoulder and go, "Do you know any Whitney?" I'm like, "I'm doing Pavarotti." Right, you don't interrupt.
Yeah.
But I want to dance. I'm really sorry. And I thought, you
Yeah.
know what?
Can you sing "I Want to Dance with Somebody" in the style of Pavarotti?
Oh, I want to dance with somebody. But no, I wouldn't want to do that, to be fair. I remember, just shows how shallow I was. I remember dating somebody who wasn't a singer, but was had a very that kind of voice when he did sing. And I kind of started really liking Destiny's Child at the time. That was kind of
Mm.
I really enjoyed their stuff. And I came home one day, and my partner at the time was in the kitchen going, "I don't think you're ready for this jelly because my body's too." And I was like, "We can't go on. This can't go on anymore. I'm sorry." So yeah,
I mean, I am guilty of doing that very thing. I think, in fact, I can I can assure you for a fact now that I have actually sang Bootylicious in that exact same way as your ex, and I'm very
really.
sorry. And
Okay.
one of my favorites to do it to is is that Rihanna song
Which one?
where she goes, Bitch, better have my money. Except
Yeah,
she doesn't sing it like
it's
that, but
different if you're
that's how I
performing.
like
You're a
to sing it.
performer. I was just kind of like, I was still trying to be down with my bad self, and it just
Mm,
wasn't working. But I probably sound like that now when I'm singing Whitney. In my mind, I think I sound like Whitney,
mm,
but probably in real life, I'm still going, "Oh, I want to dance with somebody." That's probably what I'm doing. But the amazing thing now, like I think when COVID revealed the fragility of our industry, and that we've got to pretty much do what we can do because nothing is certain. I started thinking, well, I'm going to
mhm,
start doing pop songs and the songs that the customers want to hear. If I can do them, I'll do them. And so I remember, like, I have something like 800 different tracks now, and it goes from everything from
mm.
like ABBA, Boney M, Olivia Newton-John, Britney Spears, Christine, and Spice Girls, and all in between. And I love getting up now and singing. I'm going to do Dancing Queen now, or I'm going to do, Hit Me Baby or something. So
Yeah,
it's really nice
yeah.
to actually now be able to sing, not professionally, but I do get paid. So yeah, I guess to sing professionally, the songs that I used to dance around backstage on before I went on stage to do my stuff. Now I can sing
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, you know what? The pandemic was responsible for me diversifying into that sort of I call it party singing, so like wedding singers and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of thing. And I do a bit of that on the side. Um, but I'd never done anything like it before in my whole life until 2020. And in I don't know what it was like for you in America, but in the UK, if you were self-employed such as I am, the only option really was to go onto Universal Credit and sign on with the job centre,
okay,
and that was quite a scary thing for me because I've never done anything like that before, and I was just like, crap, I'm gonna have to do it, and was on the phone like for hours waiting for to speak to somebody to go, can I get some support? Or, but then basically, once you're in with the job center, then they breathe down your neck,
yeah,
making sure that you're finding alternative forms of work
yeah,
in the area that you're doing, that in your area of expertise. And so, and so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna add another string to my bow here, and I'm going to start doing some wedding singing. And without really even advertising it, what I do one, and then it always seems to lead to another job
yeah,
somewhere else. Someone at that thing saw me and went, "Oh, can you come and do my party next?" Or they've shared a video on Facebook, and then one of their friends has seen it and gone, "Oh, that's what I need for my event," and it just organically grows, which is
yeah.
nice,
And do you enjoy it?
because I think if I can really, really enjoy it, if it's not too frequent.
Yeah,
But I think if I was doing it all the time, I think I would go a bit mad
yeah.
because everyone wants so much Ed Sheeran these days. And
Yeah.
fair enough.
Bruno
That's what's
Mars.
popular, and I'm getting paid for it. But it's
Yeah,
not, it's not my personal favorite. But as long as I get to sing some like real like 80s bangers,
then you're good.
then I'm happy.
Are you baritone or tenor?
I'm a tenor,
I'm
I
baritone.
would say.
There's nothing really for me to sing. So,
Mm,
especially kind of from guys. So, like, literally, apart from maybe a bit of the Thompson twins or stuff like that, nearly 100% of my tracks are
mm,
female singers because that's the only stuff I can kind
yeah,
of. Um, yeah, so I don't get,
yeah.
and it does. I kind of think, well, now I just kind of find myself quite lucky that I'm still able to sing and earn money from doing it and still enjoy doing it. Sometimes I
Hmm.
think, I just don't want to do it tonight. And I've got 800 tracks, and I literally go, oh my God, what song do I sing next? What do I want to sing? I don't want to sing.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I find that pretty much every song from the 80s that was sung by a man seems to be in a really unreasonable key. And I think this was a deliberate thing by the producers of the time. They thought, let's push the singer's voice to its absolute limits. And like, I have a big range. I can manage a lot. I can really stretch it. But my God, once once you've got about an hour and a half into singing things like "Eye of the Tiger" and
God.
"Living on a Prayer," and
Oh,
you know all that stuff it's not natural. You
no.
know, uh, um, uh, "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, for example. Like
Yeah.
what were they thinking writing it in that key? It's totally unrealistic.
But they probably
Like,
didn't
you
have to do
can't expect just anyone to sing.
sets. They probably done about two or three songs and they were off having their vodka and wild women. You've got to
Yeah,
stay there and sing for another 2.5 hours after that.
that's it. That's it. You know, they can like make. I don't have no idea how long a Journey concert would be, but I'm guessing he's probably got to push his voice like that all the way through it. But maybe it's comfortable for him. I don't know.
I
But
think they're singing
yeah,
that.
like it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can really tire myself out. But it's yeah. Anyone doing that job where they're bashing out the 80s rock power ballads, you know, respect.
Total. And respect to
Respect.
you for having to do that for 3 hours every now and then.
But just every now and then, luckily.
Yeah, yeah. That's so. What's going on for you at the moment? What are you doing presently with your international career?
Right now, I'm working on so we just finished the album with Ordinary Dares. And now I'm working on a cover song of is I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say, but I'm guessing I'm not going to get in that much trouble if I give you a few details. Um,
I've only got
so
6 fans watching this, so no, not many people are going to know.
so I'm doing a cover at the moment of a song by an artist called Jabrias,
Okay.
and he was pitched to be the American David Bowie back in the 70s, and he was openly gay artist, very extrovert, very flamboyant, and his songs were incredible. Like doing this cover, I've had to really pick it apart myself and figure out what's going on because there's not he wasn't really big enough for there to be any sheet music anywhere for someone to follow, or no one else has really ever had to pick these songs apart. So yeah, I've been tasked with covering this song, and it should be going on a compilation album, a tribute album to Tobias, because he died in the 80s in the AIDS pandemic, sadly. So he never got to fulfill uh, his true calling of being the American David Bowie, which everyone said he was going to be. So it was sad. But yeah, so a compilation album of his music will be coming later this year. And I'm actually like the least known artist on this
Wow.
compilation album. Apparently, some of the names are pretty big on there, and they're all gay. That
Okay.
seems to be the specific thing about everybody involved is we're all gay artists, um,
Oh,
uh, covering his songs, which is really sweet. I think that's really nice.
super cool. Oh, best of luck with that, mate. So, apart
Thank
from
you.
releasing 73 albums a year, what are your plans? Like, what are your up and coming plans? Will you be doing it at any live shows? I mean, what does the immediate and the long term future hold for Joe Payne?
Well, this year I decided to take my foot off the gas a bit with touring my solo work because I knew I'd be a bit busier with shows with Jordan Rudez. So when his album comes out, we're hopefully going to be doing a few shows around that. And I've got with the band, I've got a festival in August, Wokingham Music Festival, which has a prog all day. I'm the main support for Osric Tentacles, which should be fun. But yeah, I kind of thought, you know what, this year I don't want to have the pressure of having to promote my own shows constantly, because the more shows you've got to promote, the further your kind of reach spreads out. You know what I mean? So there's two official shows with the band this year. One of them's that festival, Wokingham Music Festival, on Bank Holiday Monday in August.
Okay.
And then I'll be doing a Christmas show in London in December, which is going to be announced soon. I'll be announcing the date of that soon. So please come to that, everybody. I want to sell it out.
Can they find details of that on your .com site?
Yes, that'll be on there soon. That'll be on there soon. So yeah, thatjoepayne.com/tour. And you can subscribe to my newsletter on there and everything. Or just follow me on social media and you'll see updates there too.
Through the whole of this interview, below us are running all your social media platforms and how people can check you out. So people at home, you've heard it from the man himself. Go and follow, go and check out all the information you need to. So Christmas shows. Now let's skip to plans for like moving a little bit more into the future. Do you still want to be a pop star when you grow up?
Well, I already grew up, sadly. Or did I?
I got older, I didn't grow up, and I still want to be a pop star when I grow up.
Yeah, you know what? I'd be the old-fashioned idea of what a pop star was. You know, I don't really admire many modern pop stars. Certainly, anyone I seem to have met in that world,
Okay.
It seems very cutthroat. There's a lot of people that are very good at pretending to be this lovely person that everyone wants to identify with, but really under the skin, they're really being quite disingenuous.
Wow.
And so that's put me off, kind of chasing the reality of what it's like now.
You can still chase that reality and just be completely different to that.
That's the thing, you know. I think there's no harm in just being yourself and seeing how far it gets you. So that's it's worked for me so far. So I'll just keep on down this road, you know.
Well, I'm in total respect to you. I'm completely amazed that you've managed to get so many albums done in not that many years, to be fair. Because it taken me 10 or 11 to do 3. So total respect to you. And I love what you do. I love your music. We're gonna watch
Thank you.
Another video before the show finishes today called Live the Dream. What's the story behind that?
So Live the Dream, it was written for a film that still hasn't come out yet. It was supposed to come out a couple of years ago, and I was preparing the single release to coincide with the film release. But there's a film called Fortune Cookies. It got all its funding from BBC Children in Need. And so they managed to invest hundreds of thousands of pounds into this movie, which is great for an independent film to get that much funding. Absolutely brilliant. And this song would have been, I'm sure this film will come out eventually. They will eventually land.
Yeah.
But the opening scene is me and one of the lead characters doing a fun kind of Fred Astaire style dance with a top hat and cane, you know. Yeah, so I'm in the film as well. This song was written for the opening credits. And I hope you enjoy it.
Listen, you better come back when that film is released. You better come back and tell me about it.
Yeah, yeah. It was a really good film. I got to go to like a director's cut of it, and they hired out they like rented out the whole like local Cineworld
It's really
and filled it up with curious locals that wanted to see what was going on.
what a
And
buzz.
it was very nearly finished in its edit. And then it got, I think COVID really was a big issue. They held it back because of that, and it slowed everything down, and then it just kind of got put on the shelf, which
It
was
better
such a
come out.
shame. But the song, I didn't want to waste the song, so the song had to come out anyway.
Joe Payne, thank you so much for being on my show. I really appreciate your time, and I know I've kept you up late, so I thank you even more.
No problem.
You're a bloody star bar. And like I said, when things come out, like another album, whatever, come back and join me. Let's have another chat and let's talk about your new ventures. That would be wonderful. Be wonderful for me.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's. And I think maybe 2025, 2026, there needs to be a Jaden and Joe collab.
Yes. Yeah, let's do a duet.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Sorrow ain't it too, but yeah, we could do. I wanted your love, but look what you've done to me.
Okay, we got to decide who's gonna be Claire and who's gonna be Faye.
Well, I know you've already. I'll be Faye if I have to. Oh, actually, I spoke to Claire.
You got more blonde. You're more blonde than me, aren't you? You're more blonde. You could have the dreads.
On now, to be fair. So.
Well, same thing.
But yeah. I will now
have the dreadlocks.
Do a little bit more exercise, and I will go back to. I'll get a little bit more blood. I've got little bits in there now, but I will get more going on.
It is.
I'll get more going on before we do the video.
Marvelous. Yeah, I'm going to lose a few pounds for that as well. And we'll both be looking our best.
Bob for Claire. Be lovely. We can just be ourselves.
Oh no! It's
okay, mate. Well, you're
that's on. That's not what people want, is it?
Yes, of course they do. People get bored very quickly, so it's exciting to bring a new lease of life to the Claire and Faye energies that those songs held.
Yeah. Oh, we could be each other.
Yeah.
We could do
my hair's growing, but
a role reversal.
You might need to give me a little bit more time, dude, to get my hair to be as long as yours. It's coming in.
Yeah.
It's taken a while.
That's it.
You just by 2020.
You just want the top pony. That's what you're going for.
I'll just have it coming out the back of my baseball cap. I'll borrow someone else's.
Yeah. Yeah, just stick it on.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, you sorted.
Perfect.
I'm holding you to that.
Thread it in.
You heard this. You can't go back on it now. Before you finish your cheese sandwich and your cup of tea, please make sure you go and check out Joe on all of his social media platforms. Go and check out his music on his download and streaming platforms. Go and check out his thatjoepayne.com website as well, and find everywhere where you can show that man love and support and listen to his wonderful music. Joe, thank you so much. You're a diamond. Hope you get a good night's sleep, and we'll catch up soon.
Beautiful. Sweet dreams, Jaden.
And you too, mate. See you later. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. What a great guy, and how bloody talented. Please make sure before the end of the show that you go and follow him on his social media platforms and check out some of the tracks of his 16 albums worth of material on his music download and streaming platforms as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, on my lovely Jaden show, meeting another fantabulous person. I will be back next Sunday, ojalá, to introduce you to another wonderful person in my life. But you can't wait, right? I know I definitely can't. Please make sure you come and check me out on my social media platforms as well. It'd be lovely to say hello to you. Make sure before you have turned off the computer that you have subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful week ahead. Stay lovely. Stay beautiful. And I'm going to leave you with a song called Live the Dream by the wonderful Joe Payne. I'll see you next week on the Jaden Show. Take care.
Right, darlings and deviants, consorts and infidels, pleaders and breeders, it is I, Lukewarm, your host, your MC, your friend, here at the Nice Boy Club. It is my pleasure to bestow upon you one of Northampton's greatest wonders. Well, he'll leave you wondering why you came, at least. He is so gifted, so adorable, so boisterous. Just the other day I said to him, I said, would you like to join me for a date? A date, he said. I'm already fruity enough as it is. Please, welcome to the stage, that local commotion, that Joe Payne.
Sight of your passion when life held you to ransom. What you live for, what you live for. Could you live the dream? Though the odds aren't in your favor, why let ambition waver? What you live for, what you live for. Could you live the dream? Never understand it, so stand up and demand it. Keep on dreaming and achieving. Show them what it means, cause life could be easy. It could be everything you need, and you'll have the world down on their knees. They might be mopping, but you won't be stopping. Lighting the sky up with every star that you meet. When the loving isn't tender, just take time to remember what you live for, what you're here for. You could live the dream. Life throws us some stones, makes you feel so alone. And just as you've picked yourself up, you can run out of luck with nowhere to go. Could fate offer a hand? 'Cause we don't have a plan, and we're all just suckers with dreams, with a need to be seen as successful. But I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker a sucker for the needy, and I need you to need me. What you live for, what you live for, could you live for me? 'Cause life could be easy, yeah, it could be everything you need, and you'll have the world down on their knees. They might be mopping, but you won't be stopping, lighting the sky up with every star that you meet. A little bit sleazy, but don't be afraid to bleed or sweat. You know that they ain't seen nothing yet. They may be jealous, but you'll still be zealous when you're walking on water and climbing a mountain or falling in flight, then crashing and drowning. But you will stop dreaming, so don't you stop chasing that dream. When the whole world is against you, don't waste the gift God gave you. What you live for, why you're here for, who do you die for? You could live that dream. Could you live the dream?